Warning: this show contains strong language and topics that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello,
I am
wrestling
the
fan.
Alpha
Why have you been
Why
going
you
down
eat-
on your grandma?
I thought Layla died.
Be a road
I'm
fan.
scum of the
My
earth.
name is Coach.
Guy looks like a pedophile.
It's blue.
Willow.
He played keep away with his glasses.
Literally driving us mad. Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to another edition of the Suplah Bite-Size. I am Andy Quad, and with me as always is Liam Dunn.
Hello, and of course today on the Bite Size, we're going to be talking about the Randy Orton RKO from out of nowhere
Around nowhere!
sort of thing that's taken off, viral thing that's taken off. Because in the past, I noticed it about a week ago or so, and I even noticed it with one video, and it was just some guy had sort of edited in still pictures of Randy Orton, and a kid falls off something, and Randy Orton RKO's him, and I thought it was funny. And then it blew up. And I mean, like, by blowing up, not only do I mean, like, loads of videos of this thing happening, but I mean people that I didn't even know who knew who Randy Orton was posting it on Facebook.
But that's the thing, I don't think people even, knew who he was. They just thought it was funny.
But the thing is, you can tell it's pro wrestling. You can tell he's a wrestler. But it was absolutely, I mean, for a wrestling fan, for me, it made me realise just how often the commentators always said RKO from out of nowhere. I never quite realised it until this meme, this viral thing went nuts, basically.
And the thing is as well, he's obviously a wrestler as well, because in what fucking profession is it fucking suitable to grab a guy by the neck and just fucking, force them down on the floor? Hello, my name is Barry, and I work at the post office. Oh, you want a first-class stamp? Oh, no worries. Okay, out of nowhere! It doesn't quite work like that, yeah? It don't work like that. You don't go to your local supermarket, or whatever you call it in your part of the world, and you're like, well, your groceries come to £80, please. Oh, I don't think so. Okay, out of nowhere, yeah? That's not how life works.
If only the world worked like that. Can you imagine going for, a job interview? And then they just go, no, I think I've got to be honest. I think we're going to go with someone else. Oh, okay. Well, before I go, can I just get out of nowhere? Literally.
No, the best thing is, so what do you like in high pressure situations, Mr. Kwan? Well, okay, out of nowhere. And I'm just like, okay, who the fuck is the guy?
Just okay, out of nowhere, everything.
They're like, that's great. We'll take him.
Although saying that, I actually watched on YouTube a guy who did
Wait,
an
did you
RKO.
RKO a fucking employer?
No, honestly, right. No, listen, right. I watched a video of a guy who did a RKO out of nowhere prank on his friend, and his friend, you think obviously with wrestling that they know that this move's going to come and they land on their face, well, not on their face, but they do the move, right? This guy actually does the RKO move on his friend who wasn't expecting it, and he actually lands on his face. I thought that was brilliant. But the thing is, obviously, everyone seems to know that this has gone viral. And one thing that's kind of starting to pick up, not as much steam as the RKO out of nowhere one, is that I saw one with a Triple H vine where he was hitting someone over the head with a chair. It was someone in a fucking, on those bouncy things. Huh?
Was that in a swimming pool?
Yeah, he was on the bouncy thing at the swimming pool.
By the way, that wasn't Tinder. That just went off.
Yeah, sure, brilliant, great professionalism.
I forgot to mute phone.
Brilliant. But yeah, that's started. It doesn't seem to be picking up as much because I don't think it's as funny. I think the RKO out of nowhere one is brilliant. But
I mean, the RKO one is actually fucking genius because it's literally got
the way it's been edited is just genius as well.
Yeah, it's transcended actual sports. I know it's Scottish football, and Scottish football might as well be total toss because it's like Celtic and that's it. So, but two guys, I think it's from Motherwell or Dundee or somewhere. I don't know. I don't watch your football, okay? I'm sorry. One day when you have more than one team, maybe it'd be good. But who knows? But the Scottish football players did a celebration where I think one of them RKO'd the guy who scored the goal.
No way. Brilliant.
What's fucking RKO in history? But it was fucking brilliant. Just RKO'd him. It's fucking brilliant. Like, this is great.
It's like you said, it's done one of those things that been very, very rare for pro wrestling, and it's transcended the industry itself. It's become its own thing. It's linked to wrestling, but it's become its own thing. But the main thing that I really want to talk about, we spent about 5 minutes just laughing over the whole thing, but the main thing that we want to really talk about is how can WWE take this and run with it and make it something that they can incorporate into their product and get people who know the vines, who know the memes, into pro wrestling. How can that happen? Because, let's be honest, this isn't the first time this has happened for them. In fact, it happened in 2013, actually, just about a year and a half ago, with the whole Fandango thing. The Fandango theme nearly getting to #1 on the iTunes chart of the UK, right? And they dropped the ball with it. They completely dropped the ball with it. Do you think that they can salvage this and turn it into something that can be really positive, or do you think they're going to completely fuck up once again?
Everything that they've ever found is almost like, I don't know, they kind of make it uncool. Because it's like the reason why it's been so successful, I feel, is because it's to do with WWE and to do with Randy Orton, but it's at WWE's expense. So it's almost as if the moment that I mean, obviously when the RKO Paul Heyman, that was awesome, but I feel like eventually, because now they're affiliating themselves with it, it might just fizzle out into nothing. I mean, every fucking thing like this fizzles out after about a week anyway. But like,
well, look at the ALS challenge.
Yeah, what the fuck? What happened to that? You know what I mean? It's these things do fizzle out after a while. But I feel like if WWE gets involved, it makes it. I don't know. It's like free fucking publicity if they don't do anything. So if anything, for WWE, it's like this is free publicity.
Yeah, of
for
course.
a guy that has been completely boring for the fucking duration, for them, probably the majority of his career.
Yeah, this is the one thing that makes Randy Orton seem quite funny and interesting. You know, it's for the first time I actually give a crap about what he's actually doing because of this Vine. But I just want to go back again. I mentioned it earlier with the whole Fandango thing, and like I said, after WrestleMania 29. The Fandango theme just took off. People were singing it at Raw the next night. It got to like #3 on the iTunes chart over here, and they were doing this thing. It was called Fandangoing, where you did the theme and you did the hands. I don't really get it, but the thing is, it never really went anywhere, and in a way, it kind of backfired because they were like, oh yeah, you know, do the Fandangoing. And Fandango never went anywhere. Like, they didn't push him up higher. I'm not saying that Fandango deserved to have been higher in the card. What I'm saying is that they didn't help matters. They had this chance to run with it, and because they refused to push Fandango even harder, I mean, the guy had beat Chris Jericho at WrestleMania. That's a pretty big deal. And yet, he kind of just floundered. They didn't do anything with him. And it kind of goes back to Zack Ryder in a way. Zack Ryder, to me, is the first time where WWE kind of got the sense of being viral. Not so much to the extent that Fandangoing and the RKO Out of Nowhere has been, but Zack Ryder was the one that kind of brought YouTube and Twitter to the WWE corporation, basically, let's be honest. Because he was venting his frustrations at not being on the main roster, really, through those outlets. And the fans would flock to it. And they kind of started to build Zack Ryder up, and then he went nowhere. Where is he now?
I think it's more because they never assigned Fandangoing with Fandango properly because
that doesn't make sense though.
Because they were pushing the chant. They were pushing the chant more than Fandango. They had the lyrics, which there are no lyrics. It's just. That's it, right?
What kind of impression is that? That is worse than your Brock Lesnar theme.
I can do Brock Lesnar's theme fucking spot on to the point where we put the fucking my version of it and Brock's version together and it was in sync.
Yeah, but that was through Sam's editing.
Shut up! So basically, I did Brock Lesnar's thing perfectly, right? But I'll do it again. Dun 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 dun.
No,
dun,
no,
dun.
no. Anyway, look, we're going off topic, right?
Yeah.
Zack Ryder, they completely dropped the ball on, and then they had Fandangoing, and you're right, they stupidly didn't link Fandango with Fandangoing. They thought Fandangoing was its own thing, but that is so stupid. That's like trying to get the Rock's catchphrases going and being a thing without the Rock,
It's
or
like trying to get
Austin's 316 without Austin being around. It doesn't make sense. It's connected.
And I think they've learnt their lesson because they've associated. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of associate more Daniel Bryan's yes with Daniel Bryan, even though they tried to like throw it onto the Big Show when he started doing it like once, and everyone was like, "Shut up," and and like they tried to get like which Bella is he married to again?
Brie.
The one without the fake boobs. Right, got it. So the thing is, like they've done that a bit better, but the thing is as well, these vines are about Randy Orton's finishing move. You can't fuck this up really when you think about it, because you can't take away or push a finishing move over a person, because that's a move that they do. So you can't technically fuck that up. Without that, that's
Say
an
that.
integral
You
part of a
say
match.
that, but it wouldn't surprise me if they think this can be its own thing.
How
It
can
really wouldn't.
this up?
Because
What, you give everyone the RKO? How do you
I can just
not?
imagine backstage Vince McMahon going, "I'm Vince McMahon, damn it, and I say
I'm
everyone."
Vince McMahon, damn it! And RKO everyone! Like, what? No, Vince, you can't do that. Again, if Paul's listening and he's like, "Hey, Vince, come listen to this." Oh, that little prick, right? That's not a thing. The thing is, it's like, you can't fuck this up, really, in
You
theory.
say
Now,
that,
might think of a
but
way.
they do.
But they might. I know they probably will. But that's the actual genius behind it. They actually figure out ways of fucking stuff up that shouldn't be fucked up. I'm not telling them to turn water into fucking wine or anything. It's literally just leave the water alone and don't turn it into pig shit. That's it. That's all I ask.
But the thing that I find really confusing, and this is something that I saw on Wrestling Pundit, right? Keelan wrote it, and that apparently, when WWE got wind that the whole Randy Orton RKO thing has gone viral, apparently there was ideas floating around that they can use this to turn Randy Orton into a babyface. Now, can I just remind people, just remind people that of this simple fact? You think Randy Orton's boring now? Can we go back to 2012 when he was a babyface?
Okay. But back then, there was nothing really going for him. There was nothing really backing him.
Because he was a babyface. He's crap. He's literally the worst babyface.
I think now it could work a hell of a lot better than back then.
No, you're wrong. You're so wrong. It couldn't work.
Can you hear me out for a sec? Because at least now he has something going for him. If everyone loves the RKO, all he needs to do, turn up, RKO, leave. You don't even have to do anything. He's working a part-time schedule as it is. All he has to do is literally fucking walk in, RKO out of nowhere, leave. Done. Job done. Voila. Don't have to do anything else. Literally. Fucking anyone could be in the ring. There could be a match going on, for God's sake. Oh, Randy Orton runs in, RKO's all of them. Including the referee.
But no, WWE shouldn't be thinking of this as a way to turn Randy Orton into a babyface. If that's the case, right, if everyone loves the RKO, then just leave it. Let the fans turn Randy Orton into a babyface. Don't force it.
Oh, no, yeah, they probably didn't explain that bit. I'm not saying, like, we must turn him face now, damn it. Like, no, like, everything needs to be organic. So if people start cheering for Randy Orton, then great. Okay, fine. By all means, do what the people want. Whatever. But don't be like, everyone loves RKO Vines. Let's turn him face. Because I fucking guarantee you, in like a week, that's it. It'll be done. So
I'm surprised. I'll tell you what. I'm genuinely surprised that WWE haven't been on their Twitch or whatever it is. What's their social media one where they do 3-second videos or something?
Turd.
Turd. Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't been on Turd. and started doing RKO Out of Nowheres themselves.
I don't think they have any stake in it anymore. I don't think.
Oh, I don't know, but you know what I mean. I'm surprised they
Tout.
haven't done it
That's what it's
themselves.
called.
What's it called?
Tout.
Tout, fucking tout. I remember they pushed that so hard and nobody was on it.
What a what? You know what? If you Wikipedia tout, it literally comes up with the definition of the word tout.
That is very true, actually. It comes up with the actual definition tout. If you
Oh.
want to see tout, as in tout, you have to type in tout company. Oh, it's 15 seconds, sorry. Oh, like that makes a massive difference.
What a total and utter failure.
It's kind of embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. It's
Why
even
didn't they just put a stake in Twitter or something?
even even WWE Films has done better.
He says as I spat all over my screen.
Brilliant. Fucking disgusting.
The word tout is so bad it makes you spit at the fucking screen.
But I think that WWE have been given a second chance, right? They completely cocked up with Fandango. I'm not going to mention Zack Ryder because that was Zack Ryder building
But
it to
that was
wrestling.
within the wrestling bubble itself. That wasn't.
Yeah. Zack Ryder never really transcended the WWE. It was always viral within the WWE world. I don't want to say universe because fuck that fucking phrase. But this really has transcended it. I can see people on my Facebook. I mean, there's sites like I think it's called the Lad Bible or the Sport Bible or something who have 11 million likes on Facebook who have posted and reposted these vines. That for Facebook, that is a large amount. You think about it. Let's just have a look now. John Cena on Facebook. Okay, fair point. He has 33 million likes. Why? I'm not entirely sure. But nevertheless, 11 million likes is not something to scoff at.
Oh no. Yeah, but
Hang
that's
on.
John Cena though. Like you take anyone else, I don't.
Randy Orton himself only has 9 million likes.
Well, there we go then. So the video of him RKOing a child falling off a swing is actually more popular than Randy Orton is.
That says a lot. And this is a lightning in a bottle. They need to grasp this by the horns. But my fear is they won't, because they've never given me a reason to think they'll do it. Because they've cocked up twice.
I'd like to think they'll do something, but I
Would like to think it, but we don't think it.
I want them to do something good with this.
And it's sad. It's sad that people like myself and Andy, who are fans, who watch their products, who love the industry, are kind of so negative about the company that represents the industry so on a large scale. We don't feel like they're going to do a great job at this.
But this is the thing, we've been programmed to think like this. Like, I think now, because of professional wrestling, I think I'm now a naturally pessimistic human being. Because I just like expect things to never go the way that I want them to, even though I've paid for it and I fucking put money into this shit and it doesn't turn out the way I want. It's like I'm surprised when I go to McDonald's and I order a Big Mac and it looks okay and it doesn't give me the shits. It's a miracle.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it?
It's just sad. Like, I think we said this about TNA. How is this fucking industry still a thing?
Yeah, you've got to question how this industry's surviving. When it can't even... To me, it seems like WWE... We've said this, I think, on one of the very first Bite Size. It's a company that is so consumer-driven, and yet is so anti-consumer. And in a way, this is the same. It's a company that is so active on social media, and yet ignores the social media. How does that even work? That shouldn't make sense. And yet it does. Because they are on Twitter, they are on YouTube, all their stars are on YouTube, they've got hundreds and thousands and nearly millions of followers. And they get this opportunity where something goes viral, and I have a genuine suspicion that they're going to fuck it up. Something that has gone viral on social media, they're on social media, you think they should take this opportunity, and I genuinely think they're going to cock it up. I do.
And that's sad. That shouldn't be a thing.
If it was
Why is
any
that a
other
thing?
company, if it was any other company, right? I remember seeing this post. It was a couple of years ago, and there was an advert for Pepsi, right? And it was released around this time for Halloween, and the poster was a Pepsi can, but over the top of it was a Coca-Cola label, right? So it was hiding as a Coca-Cola, and it said "Happy Halloween," insinuating that that Pepsi's dressed up as Coca-Cola for Halloween, right? And it kind of went a little. It wasn't too big, but it got a lot of attention. And then Coke hits back, and they somehow got rights to use the exact same image, but this time they changed the caption, and they said, "Everyone loves to pretend to be a superhero." So it looked like that Pepsi was wishing to be a Coke. If that makes any sense, Google this if you can, because it makes sense once you see it. And that picture of Coke's retort went much more viral than Pepsi's original thing, and in a way, it boosted Coca-Cola and their sales. So maybe WWE, just maybe, they can look at this and think, maybe we can try and incorporate it into stuff. Maybe if it's just promos of Randy Orton just RKOing kids, or disabled people, or skateboarders, just something. Just literally, it can just be Randy Orton just going, "Hey, camera, follow me."
I'm not gonna lie to you. Half of those suggestions seem pretty bad.
Why?
RKOing disabled people.
I think it would be hilarious.
Oh.
Can you imagine Zach Gowen just
No.
RKO out of nowhere?
You
Come on,
know,
he could sell
weirdly
it.
enough, no.
He could sell it though. Let's be honest.
Apparently, do you know how many times? Fun fact. Do you know how many times Pepsi have changed their logo?
How many times?
10 times.
Brilliant.
Do you know how many times Coca-Cola have changed their logo?
How many times?
0.
Welcome to the general soda discussion of the Suplah.
I'd rather talk about that.
But
I'm
nevertheless,
kidding.
I'm sticking with what I said. Like, I think that WWE are just going to cock this up. They have a chance, and they're going to cock it up. I don't have any reason to believe in them.
And the reason I want to talk about something else is because it's making me depressed. It's like, I want them to succeed. I want them to do well. I'm not one of these people that are like, fuck WWE, it's shit. LOL, I want TNA to fail and die. I don't want any of these things to happen. If these things happen, what the fuck am I going to do in my life?
What's the Suplah going to be?
What the fuck? There'll be like a waste of like all my years I've been fucking alive on this planet.
The Suplah will literally just be a show of just silence. Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to another edition of the Suplah. My name is Andrew Kwan, and with me is fucking silent.
But the problem, no, it wouldn't even be that. It would just be like, hello, wrestling fan. What's wrestling? Like, it would
Hello.
be like,
Hello, fans.
it'd be like, imagine if we were living in a parallel universe and wrestling didn't exist. We would literally be sat here right now and be like, hello. Wait, what are we doing again? What is this?
You know what
Oh, we're
it'll
doing
be?
this about cheese. Okay, all right.
You know what it will be? It will just become the broadcast, which you can catch on suplah.com and on iTunes.
Yes.
There's a little plug. There you go. There's my little plug, Carmine. Just for you, buddy.
I'm also on it.
We're all on it. But nevertheless,
Why is this directed at him?
I think we should probably start wrapping this show up because
Yes.
we've pretty much said everything we want. The RKO Vines, go and watch them. They're hilarious. Don't expect the WWE to even take this by the horns at all. I think they're going to cock it up badly.
But just like when Paul Heyman retweeted me, it was a miracle. Maybe, just maybe, things could happen. So, I have been Andy Clark.
I have been Liam Dunn.
And let's just hope and pray that Randy Orton doesn't suck.